Most state government vehicles are clearly marked and have government license plates. That's a pretty good deterrent for employees who might be tempted to speed down the interstate or use a car for personal purposes. But we've learned hundreds of state workers have official take-home cars that most of us would never recognize. That's because they are unmarked and have regular license plates. Kim Holland is on special assignment.
Public employees driving taxpayer-funded vehicles. Most of them are marked with department logos and have government plates with a G on them. The state's only supposed to issue undercover plates to select drivers like police officers, CYFD employees, and tax and rev agents, for example. They're meant to help investigators do their jobs.
They were given out to individuals who were doing sensitive work.
There are hundreds of state employees who drive around with normal-looking street plates. The state now says they shouldn't have them.
Take Subha Shah, the chief engineer and CEO at the Middle Rio Grande Conservancy District, the agency that oversees 1,200 miles of ditches and canals along the river. Shah drives this 2007 Chevy Yukon with street plates. He says he needs the plain plates because he does undercover work.
It just seems unlikely that a CEO would be on sensitive calls such as that nature. How many have you done in the last year?
Oh, quite a few, I get a lot of calls and they want to talk to me directly.
You personally?
Yes.
And then there's Jim Lane, the director of New Mexico Game and Fish.
Do you think your vehicle deserves street plates?
Yes.
He drives this 2006 Dodge pickup.
How come you needed it specifically? Do you go on undercover calls?
I work with our officers as often as I can get out with them.
How often is that?
I've only been director for about 2 months, so I've been out in the field with our officers on 3 separate weekends out of those 2 months.
Lane says he also shares the truck with game wardens who need undercover plates to monitor hunters. So News 13 called the Secretary of Taxation and Revenue. We wanted to know why 700 state employees have street plates.
I don't know what people's intentions are once they get these plates.
After our call, Demesia Padilla suspended the program. Turns out the state has no authority to issue street plates to state vehicles.
As they get renewed, we're not going to renew them with a street plate. They're going to have to fill the requirement to get an undercover plate.
Padilla says the state started issuing street plates 10 years ago and handed them out left and right.
There wasn't really good tight controls on it.
With those handouts coming to an end, both Subha Shah and Jim Lane say they'll apply for undercover plates, but take G plates if the state denies the requests. Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
Another concern with take-home cars for state employees. 24 state agencies have ignored an order to submit their policies for take-home cars.